Betrayal beyond belief. I walked in on my sister sitting on the edge of our bed, her tears stained with mascara and guilt, while my husband stood in the doorway, jaw clenched and eyes wild. I'd been suspicious for weeks, late nights, whispered calls, quick glances exchanged when they thought I wasn't looking. I was ready for a fight, for the screaming match that would follow, but nothing could have prepared me for what actually came out of her mouth. She confessed, shaking, that they'd never slept together. Instead, she'd been taking money from my husband to act like she was. She showed me the transfers in her banking app, scrolling through months of payments. My husband just stared at the wall, refusing to look at me, as my mind raced through every argument, every cold shoulder, every time he told me I was paranoid and jealous. I demanded an explanation, but he just said, "It was the only way to make you hate me." I realized then that he'd been sabotaging our marriage from the inside out, feeding my insecurities, also I'd be the one to walk away. He didn't want the mess of a divorce or the shame of admitting he'd fallen out of love, so he orchestrated a betrayal that would break me enough to leave. My sister, desperate for cash, had agreed to play along, and for months I'd been living in a nightmare staged by the two people I trusted most. The real betrayal wasn't in the cheating that never happened, but in the way they both decided I wasn't worth honesty. I sat there, numb, as my husband begged for forgiveness, not for loving someone else, but for not loving me enough to just tell me the truth. My sister sobbed apologies, but all I could think about was how easy it would have been for either of them to just say the words. In the end, I left, not because of a scandal, but because I finally understood what it felt like to be completely alone, even in a room full of family.